Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary After Route Episode 2. So Episode 1 really set what the story will be about, and it does stem from the Snow Presents special disc. So that was when Kotori and Aoi were 4th year students, and Kotori was already thinking about, well, I want the story club to stay afloat after we leave. So eventually we'll have to graduate from Keifu Academy and leave the soaring club in the Flying Fish Manor. And now that they are at the graduation year, so 5th years, all this has come to fruition. So the problem is that the soaring club has few members, and if Aoi, Kotori, and Ageha graduate, it's going to leave even fewer members in the club. And there were a lot of signups after the Morning Glory event, so that was when they were 3rd years. But because of the high barrier to becoming a pilot, it became boring and uninspiring for the new signups, and only Harumi remained in the end. So now we get to see what Harumi looks like. So he was mentioned a few times in the Snow Presents special disc. So Harumi is this really big guy who was from the basketball club, and like Ageha, which you see here, he was interested in building stuff, and therefore he quit and went to the soaring club. And there is one new sign up this year, so Haruka, and I'm sure that alone is still not enough for membership count, and also the expenses that this club charges to the school, so training and parts for the glider. But for now, so Isuka also made her appearance in the last episode, and she's going to make ice cream homemade for Kotori and maybe Asa and Yoru. And it looks like Ageha is here to join. So she's actually late. So I don't think she knows that they're making ice cream. Okay, so Ageha sees this. So what are they doing? Oh, so you're here. When Ageha came to the hangar, Harumi and I are spinning a large bath towel like a giant jump rope. Still, so not enough? So 1 more minute. This is hard. So what's going on? Says Ageha. Wait, so how does spinning a towel count as making ice cream? Almost there. Almost done. Okay. Oh, I'm beat. So, I'm done, right? So, spinning the towel had left us drenched in sweat. And then Isuka took a plastic bag for the towel and then took an aluminum can from that. Okay, so let's see how you guys did. Oh, so it is ice cream. We mixed milk with egg yolk, sugar, and other ingredients and put it in the can, and then we put the can in the bag with ice and salt. And then we wrapped the bag in the towel, and Harumi and I had spun it for 10 minutes. Oh, that is a lot. And when it came out, it was ice cream. Wait, so we did make ice cream?
氷と塩を混ぜれば温度が0度以下になる。両具点効果を利用した簡単な理科の実験ね。
That's true. Yoru is, of course, right. So mixing ice with salt allows water to go below 0 degrees. And it was effective enough to freeze water droplets outdoors in summer even. And spinning the wrapped up mixture in that for a while had resulted in a perfect ice cream.
食べよう食べよう。キリノさん、みんなにスプーン配って。はーい。どれどれ。ああ、グレート。ほんとだ。甘い。へえ、あんな作り方でちゃんとアイスクリームになるんだね。でもこれ買ってきた方が早いし、コスパ悪すぎなんじゃ。
Well, the problem is that I feel that the idea of shaking up and mixing all those ingredients and having it being immersed in salt water, that was quite intense. And if they want to make it more effective and efficient, they should find a better way than to have it wrapped in a towel and have Harumi and Aoi spin it for 10 minutes. So usually you have like a bucket and you would churn it, and I'm not sure what other techniques they can use instead of the 10-minute shake. But obviously, if it doesn't come out very well, at least you get milkshake. So if it doesn't solidify and become ice cream, you can still drink it as milkshake. And that wouldn't be bad.
隠し味はロマンなのだよ、ヨルちゃん。はあ、ロマンですか。
So you know, we put pride in making this, so it does make us feel proud compared to just buying a commercially made ice cream from the convenience store.
こんなとこで冷蔵庫もなしでアイスが作れちゃうなんて面白い。
And more importantly, no freezer. That's good. We all know what is in ice cream, but actually making it ourselves made it interesting. Isuka is right. This is more delicious than any ice cream we could have bought. So anyways, where have you been, Ageha?
そうだった。聞いてくれたまえよ、諸君。
So what's up? Ageha put down her spoon and took on a serious tone. Everyone stood to attention, if reluctantly.
不肖姫木アゲハ、内定いただきました。マジ？
Wait, no way. Wait, finally?
おめでとうございます、アゲハ先輩。
So what's the offer?
いやー、さすがに不安だったんだけど、さっき先生に呼ばれて内定の知らせが来たって。
Ageha is smiling in relief. An offer here meant a job offer. Ooh, so Ageha got a new job offer. From where? So now that we are 5th years, so senior year, we have to make plans for what we will do after graduation.
どんな会社なの？
So, where will you be working at?
小さな町工場です。
Okay. Which of course has been Ageha's first choice. It isn't small, but it possessed unique technology and took orders for parts requiring special processing. So I wonder if it's like a 3D print lab or a CNC machine or some kind of molding.
ものづくりの仕事に就きたくて、それであんちゃんに紹介してもらったんです。やったじゃない。
So I wonder what kind of manufacturing this place is going to be.
頑張ってくださいね、アゲハ先輩。きっとすごい職人になると思いますよ。先輩ありがとう。ふおー、燃えてきたー。他の二人はどうなの？
So I wonder. So what are your plans for the other two? So Kotori and Aoi. Isuka asked with a spoon in her mouth. Kotori and I glanced at each other before I answered. So we both plan to take university entrance exams. Cave Academy is a technical school, but if the students wanted to refine their knowledge even more, they could go on to a university.
へえ、大学行くんだ。何の勉強するの？
So what are your majors, or what do you intend to do? I think I like to study on design a little more, says Aoi.
私はシステム工学よ。小鳥は推薦もらってるから楽勝よね。
Well, I'm sure getting into college will be easy for Kotori, so she's smart, she gets good grades, and it looks like she got a recommendation from. So top students could get recommendations if they wanted to. So basically endorsements. And Kotori is among those top students. For one thing, she is such a good programmer that she's able to custom program Amane's original flight simulator.
Amane-chanのコーディング汚い。
Except that I'm sure the first step is to clean up Amane's code, so it's buggy, messy, and likewise, I'm sure Amane never thought about keeping her code clean. So she has all these good ideas, but
読みづらい。わかりづらい。
she had complained the whole time. And I wonder if Kotori ended up fixing the code in the end.
そっか。みんなちゃんと将来のこと考えてるんだね。
Well, what about me? Well, I'm sure so Asa has one more year before she too will start thinking about her next steps after Keifu Academy.
ちょっと姉さん、なんでしょんぼりするのよ。だって、先輩たちいなくなっちゃうなんて寂しいんだもん。
Okay?
しょうがないじゃない。そんなこと言ってると、誰かさんが本気で留年しかねないわよ。しようか、留年。
So now you're making me feel really sad for leaving. So maybe I should be a repeater and do so just to make you happy.
それはちょっと。卒業しても時々遊びに来るから。はい。
Seeing Asa looking so sad, it reminds me of when we found out Amane was leaving. And I'm sure we looked the same.
さて、アゲハも来たことだし、機体の点検を始めましょうか。
Well, the problem is that Amane has been in school for so many years by that point, so she was forced to graduate. Whereas for Aoi, Ageha, and Kotori, they are going to graduate on time. But then again, staying in after or being a repeater student, that's not good either. And when Kotori said this, everyone put down their spoons and got to work. And I think Kotori is still feeling the breeze or the chills from the ice cream.
どうしたんですか、小鳥先輩。一人でもだえちゃって。朝、これ見て。葵先輩の写メですね。これはフライトから戻ってきてお水を飲んでるところですか？
So, what's special about this photo?
そう、こっそり隠し撮りしたんだけど。
Oh, so I like this picture of him drinking water. And
こういう時の葵先輩って絵になりますよね。この写真がどうかしたんですか？辛いの。私の彼氏が付き合って2年経っても王子様すぎて。困った。また変なこと言い始めたぞ。
so I'm pretty sure Kotori has fantasized Aoi so many times, and now it's making it very annoying for Asa.
葵といるとね、自分がいかに矮小な存在か思い知らされるようで辛いの。
But I can't help thinking about this.
いや小鳥先輩は矮小じゃないですよ。推薦ももらっちゃうくらい成績だっていいし、それにとっても美少女じゃないですか。
But you know, you have everything. So on top of that, you are also one of the top students in school. You have special endorsements. So
ダメ。今の私じゃ葵に釣り合う女にはなれないの。それにどうしよう。困ったぞ。
hold on, went too fast. So let's see what Kotori had to say previously.
ダメ。今の私じゃ葵に釣り合う女にはなれないの。それにそろそろ美少女って年でもないしね。
Oh, okay.
水瀬先輩かっこいいっすよね。わかる、キリノさん。
So you understand, right?
わかります。いつも優しいし爽やかだし素敵っすよ。部長と水瀬先輩すっごくお似合いだと思います。さすがあまたある部活動の中から我がスワリング部を選ぶだけのことはあるわね。あなたセンスがいいわ。いやそれほどでも。
Well, I'm sure the soaring club has nothing to do with, oh, Aoi is an excellent person. That's two different things.
ありがとう、キリノさん。ところでその葵はどこ行ったのかしら。水瀬先輩ならグライダーの点検が終わった後どこかに出かけていきましたよ。まさかまたはるみちゃんとベタベタしてるんじゃ。
Well, I don't think Kotori needs to worry because Harumi's a guy and they're just buddies. And it does look like Kotori is inconfident being with Aoi, even though it's been at least 2 years since they confessed to each other.
中村くんならいますよ。シミュレーターやってます。違うのか。じゃあどこ行ったんだろう。
So that makes it worse. So he might have went to someone else. Okay, so for Aoi, he went outside, and I'm not sure what he's trying to do. So anyways, the wind is blowing across a gentle hill, rustling the grass. I'm sitting there on the slope, staring out into space, unmindful of the lakeside scenery. And the town had moved into the future 3 years since I came back. And part of the old town still remained, but most old buildings had been replaced with new ones. It made the flow of time almost tangible. And it's really kind of sad. I'm genuinely happy when I heard about Ageha's job, but at some point sadness had swept over me. Everyone is heading out on their own paths. I imagine everyone is feeling the same sadness about now. And for me, it was the school had never been more fun than now. So the summer 2 years ago, we crossed through the passage of clouds in the sky that they call the morning glory. It had been a truly miraculous experience. I might never feel anything like that again. But I would do anything to live in that moment again. And the only reason it still echoed in my heart so strongly is its vividness and its uniqueness. I had been so fixated on the sky, I never imagined any future past it. When that one dream came true, I given everything to help the younger students with the same love of the sky. And it is all ending so soon. And for me, what should I do? Ageha is such a dependable person, and once she set a goal, she kept it, and there she is, choosing the clearest path. And there's nothing more for her to learn here. So, for me, and now Kotori goes and finds Aoi. Huh? Kotori's waving from lower down the hill. She worked her way up towards me. Hey there, so be careful. I'm okay. Wait. Whoops. And predictably, she tripped over something just then and I grabbed her. And what did I say? She is apologizing guiltily, yet she seemed somehow happy. And she stayed there leaning on me, not trying to move away. Well, anyways, you're getting heavy. So it sounds like an excuse for me to get off you, right? And muttering under her breath, Kotori moved to rise but just ended up rolling onto the grass. And then so what's going on? So, lap pillow? She laid her head on my lap and pumped her fist. And she snugged her head down like a happy cat. So doesn't this usually go the other way? I thought this is something that guys wanted from girls. Well, how about we switch after? Okay, sure. I just been teasing, but now I am kind of embarrassed. So now I can do things that I couldn't do when I was 100% confined to a wheelchair. So Kotori said, clearly proud. And she hadn't been able to do this before. And when we first met, Kotori had already been in a wheelchair. A balloon accident, or actually a hot air balloon accident, had cost the use of her legs. And it hadn't been that long since she'd been able to stand and walk again. So it looks like your legs are doing better.
ついついてなんとか歩けてるけど、あの程度で転んじゃうんだもん。まだまだね。リハビリしまくっていつか自転車にも乗ってみたいわ。
Well, the problem is that Kotori's rushing it too quickly. And that was one of the key elements in the Still Presents special disc. So Kotori wanted to be able to walk really well and impress the parents when they went home on New Year's Day. And now it's like, well, I want to go even further and be able to ride a bicycle and do all the things that I was able to do when I still was able to walk normally. The winter before last, Kotori had come back from America after a successful surgery. But even then, she had endless painful physical therapy to deal with. And when her treatment started, they told her the only way for her to stand would be through hard work, and here she is standing. Partially. And it was like she had been reborn. She lost something that was once so natural, and now it is returning. Now, how terribly frustrating and irritating it must have been. And I imagine at times she must have felt so hopeless and wanted to throw it all away. But Kotori had never shown any negativity. I mean, if I try hard, I can walk right. What else can I do? She say, and go through the day after day of painful rehabilitation, making it look easy to the rest of us. It was exhausting, of course, using her cane and standing up for a long time, so she still uses her wheelchair. But the doctors, seeing her incredible tenacity, said that someday she might not need her wheelchair anymore. And someday she might actually be able to ride that bicycle. So when you do, let me hop on the back. So you did the same thing in your character route in the original If I Heart of Wings, so now we switch places. So you ride and I get to cling onto you.
そんで湖の道を走りましょう。きっと最高に気持ちいいわよ。
She said as she squinted her eyes to the wind blowing up the hill.
気持ちのいい風ね。
Yeah. I closed my eyes and felt the wind too.
もうすぐ引退か。
Kotori said suddenly. Somehow it doesn't feel real at all.
なんかずーっとこんな風に楽しい毎日が続く気がする。
You said once, long ago, summer vacation is too much fun that you never wanted it to end.
いつの話？
When? Back before you and I were going out, the first summer with Amane. Every night, we took turns on watch to see if the morning glory was coming or not. And we talked about it one night while staring at the night sky.
そんなことあったっけ？それがどうかした？
And that's how I feel now. Every day is just so much fun. I don't want it to end. Kotori nods, somehow seeming sad. I guess the only time you don't want something to end is when you know it has to.
けどアゲハ良かったよね。一番行きたがってた会社に決まって。
But you know, so Ageha got into her dream job. Right, even though they said they weren't taking on new workers at first.
まあ、アゲハなら当然ね。なんたって私の親友なんですもの。
But I'm sure they were impressed with Ageha and her talent. It's like, well, we have to have her in no matter what. So even though we're not taking on workers, we gotta make exceptions and allow her to come in.
でも、あの子、いつの間にあんな目標決めてたのかしら。だってそんなことを一言も言ってなかったわ。葵、聞いてた
？Well, I think Tatsuya might have mentioned it. It's not like people go around talking about their life goals, though.
どうして？
I don't know. It seems to lower the value, like telling too many people is not good.
わかんない。
And I suppose everyone is different, but I know Ageha felt something like that. And the more important something is, the less open people tend to be about it.
でも、本当よかった。アゲハならきっとすごいエンジニアになるわ。
Well, it's more like Ageha's like an assembler or a technician. I bet so. I stroked Kotori's hair like a cat while responding to her words. Kotori closes her eyes contentedly. And then she squints up at the sky. Thin clouds floated against the vibrant blue. I bet the thermals are great today.
遠くなった気がする。
So what do you mean? Kotori's eyes seemed somehow empty after she said that.
空がね、遠くなった気がするの。なんでかな。
So what could it mean? That the sky felt farther away. So is it because you haven't flown much lately?
そうかも。
Maybe. Kotori says vaguely, then closes her eyes without another word. Hey, don't fall asleep. You'll get sunburn. She answers, her voice half asleep already. She looks so comfortable, so snugly.
Aoi.
Yes?
ずっと一緒にいようね。
Yes? And Kotori falls asleep anyways. After she heard my answer, Kotori drifts off to sleep like she was relieved. And I gently pet her hair and stared down at her lovely sleeping face. So, we will stay together. Always. And that's what I told her, but it made me think. If that was true, I have to decide soon. Okay, so we're now at Keifu Academy and I wonder what's next. So it's lunch break. I'm eating lunch in the classroom with Kotori and the others.
もうすぐ期末試験だね。内定もらったらなんか気合抜けちゃったわ。
Well, that's kind of true. So Ageha's now in senior itis mode. So I already have a job offer. There's no point in me worrying about this thing anymore. So tests and such.
赤点取って留年しても知らないわよ。
But you still have to pass your classes at a minimum and graduate. So you have to at least do a C effort or C grade effort.
そういうあんたこそ大学編入組は普段の成績が重要らしいわよ。しっかり勉強しときなさい。
But you know, grades matter for you more because you're going to college or a university.
言われなくてもやってます。ね、葵？
But I'm sure for Kotori, it's not gonna be that hard because Kotori gets good grades anyways. And that's why she has recommendations or special endorsements. Yes. Kotori suddenly stares at my face, her head cocked to one side. Wait, what? So something that doesn't feel right. Like what? With who? Me? Hey, quit it with that boring jokes. Wait, so that guy again, right? Harumi-chan? Huh? Wait, so he's a boy. But once again, they're just buddies, so... So it seems like you want to be with Harumi more than me, right? Gee, stop it with that creepy innuendos, guys. Do that kind of stuff with friends all the time. Seriously, my hunger for lunch is what I am losing now. So you're making me feel all upset that I lose my appetite. Well, it's just, And just as I am breaking out in cold sweat, Masuga comes in like a rescue boat on a rough sea.
Oi, Yamamoto! この間のノート貸してくんね。
ああ、麻婆だ。あいつまたノート借りに来てるよ。あげは、あの子、こっちに。
Hey, so come over for what? So why Mabo or Masugu?
いいけど。麻婆、ちょっとこっち来い。
なんだよ、アゲハ。俺忙しいんだぞ。
I'm busy. Masugu comes when Ageha beckons him over.
うちのお姫様がお呼びです。この間お願いしてたあれ、どうだった？
Kotori asks guardedly. She clearly is not fond of Masa or Mabo's goofiness.
ああ、あれな。一応探り入れてやったぞ。
So Masugu unbelievably is now the student council president. So after Akar had graduated, he announced his candidacy as a way to carry on her plans. And he's now using his position to see how the Soaring Club is being treated in the staff room.
お前ら特別扱いだからな。よく思ってない先生もやっぱいるよ。
But you know, you're getting special treatment, and it does seem unfair, and some teachers are not agreeing to that. So is it from that Tobioka sensei again?
いや、飛岡先生は中立だな。お前らの活動内容について問題のある部分は指摘してるようだけど、
Well,
してるらしいぞ。
So he's kind of neutral now, so it's not him.
意外だね。
Interesting.
活動場所も郊外だし、今一つ何やってる部か分かってない先生が多いみたいだな。そういう先生たちが時々職員会議の議題に挙げてるって話だ。
グライダーで空飛ぶってすっごく分かりやすい部だと思うんだけど、大会に出るとかそういう目に見えた目標がないからじゃないかな。
I think most people wanted to know what our goals are. And when we explained what the Soaring Club is and what we did, that was the most common question. And it is kind of a fixed notion with club activities. Even cultural clubs usually have some kind of end goal. So what's the thing that you want at the end?
朝やはるみちゃんたちが大会に出たいなら目指せばいいと思うんだけど。
But that would require travel expenses, which would mean our money problems would grow.
全員野宿や車中泊にすればなんとかなるんじゃない？ダメよそんなの。うちは女子が多いんですからね。
どっちかっつうと先生らよりも生徒会のが問題だな。
どういうこと？
So what's the problem among the student council members?
他の部から不公平だって訴えは今でも来てる。部員数で見たらお前ら弱小クラブだし、そういうの処理するのが結構大変なんだよ。
And for some reason, Masugi is smiling, so I think he kind of wants the club to be closed. I'm sorry, we're causing you so much trouble.
いいってことよ。俺はあかりさんの意思を継ぐために生徒会長になったんだからな。
So Akari Kumoi, the previous student council president, had harsh words for us, but eventually became an ally, especially when she defended her position about teachers don't have the right to shut down clubs when she fought back at Toriyuka Sensei during the Morning Glory flight. She is the only reason we had been able to keep up our activities.
まあ俺とか一部のやつらはいいんだ。お前らがあの雲を飛ぶとこ見てるからさ。でもお前らの凄さを知らない連中もいるから、そいつらはやっぱ不思議がってる。なんで特別扱いされてんのって。
It's not like we wanted special treatment. It's just that it was the only way we could keep going. And of course, that added to our current problems.
わかったわ。ありがとう、マーボー君。
おう、ま、頑張れよ。
やっぱ今のまま活動を続けていくのは難しいか。
Well, maybe we should take a serious look into competitions or something. Kotori is lost in thought, a piece of egg still held in her chopsticks.
俺なら葵たちが卒業した後も協力するぞ。
So I don't think Masu cares about the Soaring Club that much. It's more like the other clubs and circles are complaining to the student council about the favoritism that the student council puts on the Soaring Club. And they don't really care much about, well, the club made headlines when they flew up to the Morning Glory. So it's more like, well, our club is doing better, we're productive, we have more members, and for some reason, our application or our request for club status or more money gets denied. And it looks like you're putting all the budget in the Soaring Club for no reason. So it's not fair. And as student council president, Masugi has to find some balance between these clubs and the Soaring Club. Or also the circles that do have enough merit to become a club versus the Soaring Club. So anyways, Tatsuya is talking to me while he's inspecting the winch parts.
俺もソアリング部の OB だからな。
We are not having club activities today. Tatsuya is free at work, so he agreed to come and help me with winch maintenance. But aren't you getting super busy now?
そうだけど、俺にだって息抜きは必要だぞ。
But still, I need to take a break from all those requests. I wonder if helping out with a Soaring Club counted as a breather. Well, I'm sure at least it's not work, so it does help Tatsuya.
たまには若い連中と同じ空気吸わないとな。 うちは年寄りばかりだから。
It is really rare for young people to join small local factories like Tatsuya's. Why? As a young employee, I heard that Tatsuya took a lot of flack at work. Oh, so basically, if you look young and healthy, they're going to overload you with all the heavy work. And I'm sure it was too overbearing for some people to the point where they just quit at the end. Oh yeah, so do you hear that Ageha got a job offer to work at a factory? Another factory?
ああ、聞いた。
Yep.
よかったな、あいつ。
Good for her. She said you made it happen.
俺は何もしてないよ。
I'm sure he did advise Ageha to some extent, but all the work was done by Ageha herself. Tatsuya had introduced her to the company. There you go. Apparently, they had only given her an interview because of Tatsuya. They didn't normally take on new graduates. So basically, no experience for Ageha.
葵は来年からは大学だな。しっかり勉強してこいよ。
But for you, so you're going off to a university, right? Yeah.
どうしたんだ？なんか暗いな。自信ないのか？
So you seem down. Not that, really. Tatsuya stopped working and turned to face me. He wasn't asking, but he had an expression like he's ready to listen if I wanted to talk. And when Tatsuya looked at me like that, I always spill all my secrets. So I'm actually having second thoughts about going to university. So maybe I should find a job or something.
なんでまた？
So why? So what's wrong? And why the change of heart? I said I want to work with playing and design, right?
ああ、その勉強のために大学編入するんだろ？
And you will learn all that in university, right? Well, actually, I want to make bicycle parts.
自転車？
Wait, bicycle? I nodded. So I realized it when I was working on the glider. So bikes are the same. You improve each part individually as much as you can, all for that benefit of the rider. And when I was riding road races, bikes were just another vehicle to me. I mean, I was attached to my bike, and I thought I understood the roles of each part. But I never thought about what they said about the maker and their hopes and ideas.
それでいいと思うぞ。それでも早く走ることはできたんだから。
I nodded again. He's right. So that is the proper attitude at the time. But now that I realize that depth, I find myself thinking about it all the time. So if I decrease the weight by a measly 0.1 grams, smooth out the gear changes, transfer a tiny bit more power from the pedals to the wheels. So also some stranger can ride farther, shave a few fractions off a second, all that work on each part just for them. And that's part of the race too. And now that I can't ride anymore, I think I could be part of the race that way. At some point during my monologue, a gentle smile had appeared on Tatsuya's face. He squinted in the light of the settling sun, streaming from the western horizon.
そんなことを考えてたのか。
So that's what you were thinking. Yeah. And somehow I know from my cycling days is in sales, he can't introduce me to a manufacturer in Tokyo. And I don't know if I can get hired or not, but I want to get an interview.
そうか。
Okay? Tatsuya said and slapped me on the arm, smiling.
でも意外だったぞ。てっきりグライダーか飛行機関係の仕事を目指してるんだと思ってた。
Well, I thought about that too, for sure. And with the glider, I felt an incredible sense of accomplishment after flying the Morning Glory. While on the other hand, with cycling, I have felt only a sense of frustration at having to stop without accomplishing anything. And looking at Amane's plans also had an effect on me. And I smiled wryly. Her plans, now that I looked at them with experience, screamed, so this is good enough, right? I imagine Tatsuya understood since he had the same smile.
本気の目だな。やってみればいいじゃないか。
Yeah, but still...
小鳥ちゃんのことか。
So about Kotori-chan? She's really looking forward to going to the university with me. I had been too, though we could specialize even more, and it had been exciting just to think about it. And she gets so lonely too. As we got closer to leaving, she looked more and more sad every day. And sometimes I see her sitting alone, staring absently up at the sky. It probably wouldn't hurt to wait and look for work after university.
今そんなに迷ってるってことは、本当はすぐにでも飛び込んでいきたいんだろ？大丈夫。あの子なら分かってくれるさ。
Tatsuya said and thumped my shoulder.
信じてみろよ、あの子。
Yeah. Okay, so Aoi is telling Kotori what he really wants to do. It's like, well, after talking with Tatsuya, I feel that this is better for me. And it looks like Kotori is not happy with the decision. So you want your dream versus me, right? Your girlfriend? And that was the first thing Kotori said after I told her everything. No, it's not like that, Kotori. I'm just saying I don't want to go to the university. And when I tried to go on, Kotori put her hand in front of my face. Okay, so you'll abandon me, Minase-kun. Wait, Minase-kun? So we're going back to Minase-kun and Habane-san. So we're distant. And having said this, Kotori stood up from the bed and moved to leave the room with her cane. Wait. So slow down a minute. You have a bad habit of getting all fired up and jumping to conclusions. Aren't polar bears really savage? Kotori said coldly and left. Wait, was that really the right choice? At any rate, nothing I could say would help now that she's angry. I can only wait and talk to her another day. It was a few days after the night I had talked with Kotori about my plans. She is upset. So what now? Whenever I accidentally got too close, she would growl like a guard dog. Indeed, she is about as cool as a polar bear. And speaking of, I heard that climate change will soon lead back to a lack in natural prey, unleashing their ferocity on the world.
部長と水瀬先輩、どうしちゃったんすかね。あれがあの人たちの愛情表現なのよ。そっと見守っておくのが優しさ。
Well, all we can do is just watch.
そうなんすか。
It wasn't odd for Kotori and Ai to fight, or rather, it isn't odd for Kotori to be mad at me, so everyone is just used to it. And of course, it wouldn't last long. Ageha, do you have a minute?
はいよ。
Yeah? So, has she said anything since then? Okay, so I'm gonna leave this part to the next episode. So, I'm sure, one, there is room for Aoi to go to college if he wants to build bike parts or design them, because as an engineer, you'll probably know better about the physics and the properties and how to optimize each part so that it is light but also able to fulfill its duties and be able to make it an excellent part for a racing bike, where every weight shed is going to help increase its speed. But at the same time, you don't want to make it too light to the point where it can't hold itself together and it'll break apart upon hitting one harmless object. But I'm sure, at least for I was like, well, I want to have more experience touching the parts and such. And likewise, we see that Kotori is upset because, well, you want to abandon me, so I'm going to go off to college all by myself, and I'll be all lonely, and you'll seem to understand my feelings from there. But hopefully, there is a chance for Aoi to make up with Kotori and get Kotori to understand that, well, I didn't refuse college because I want to abandon you. It's just that I feel that this is better for me versus just going to college mindlessly and coming out still mindlessly and do something that I don't have passion for. So anyways, with that in mind, I'll see you in the next episode.